Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. Today we're playing Sneaky Snacker once again, and we're playing a deck labeled Rat Affinity, but it's really more like Mono Black Control. So we get to play Sneaky Snacker. When you draw your third card in a turn, you return it from the graveyard to the battlefield. We're playing lots of Mono Black Control cards like Thorn of the Black Rose, Snuff Out, but we're also playing Vault of Whispers, Mist Vault Bridge, and Refurbished Familiar. Refurbished Familiar, a really good card in Pauper. It's basically Pauper's Grief. And this list comes to us from a Discord user known as the Card Repair Guy, who gave me a deck donation. So I really appreciate that. If you want to do a deck donation, just reach out to me or hit me up on Patreon. And we'll go through the rest of the list here. We are also playing the Crypt Rats and Toxin Analysis combo. We saw this with the Toxin Analysis Krark-Clan Shaman combo, but Crypt Rats and Toxin can clear the entire board, not just ground pounders. Then they decided to play 4 Divest, which is good against the red-green ramp deck, also good against Affinity. So if we pair into Affinity, this will be very, very good. We have some Blood Fountains to continue to get back our Refurbished Familiars or Crypt Rats, and then Gurmags to close, as well as Deadly Dispute, Reckoner's Bargain to draw a ton of cards and cast down as more removal spells. Mist Vault Bridge is here as more artifact lands that could also potentially cast the Sneaky Snacker. We have Dimir Aqueduct as another card advantage that it can also cast a Snacker. And then this Barrow Downs is really Bajuka Bog, but because I'm using my sweet content creator promo account, I can get all the sweetest cards. In the sideboard here, we're playing some Duress, Chainer's Edict, Suffocating Fumes, and Arms of Hadara Sweepers, Nile Spellbomb for graveyard-based decks, and then Campfire here, or maybe Burn, and also just like if we feel like there's going to be a deck out problem. So this deck really reminds me of like the Gardens style deck, kind of going harder on the Snacker, and then Refurbished Familiar is pretty sweet. So you've got a bunch of flyers to just chip in damage, eventually close the game. I ended up facing them in a league and they kind of trounced me when I was playing my red-green Storm deck. Plus that sneaky Snuff out of nowhere after Refurbished Familiar is pretty crazy. If you want to check out sideboard guides for the decks I like to play, check out patreon.com. Make sure to like and subscribe and leave me a comment on the video. Let me know what you thought. Check out cardmarket.com if you want to pick up these cards and build your battle box out. Let's go ahead and get into the matches. Okay, we're here in round 1. We're on the play. Let's see what we can do. We have a bridge. I can Snacker on turn 2. We have rats and snuff outs. No card draw. I'm going to keep it just because we have threats and removal. Let's play the Mist Vault Bridge. I never said that I was super good at playing Mono Black Control, so we'll see how this goes. Plays a Delver. So we can go land, Sneaky Snacker, murder your Delver. Pass a turn. We're obviously playing against Mono Blue Terror. So if we find another artifact land, we can cast a Refurbished Familiar for 2 mana. Currently, they're holding open Counterspell. They're going to Boomerang. Boomerang's the Mist Vault Bridge. Okay. I'll attack you for 2. We have another Snacker that we can cast. 3 lands for the opponent. They're going to Ponder. It's really nice being able to use all the sweetest arts. I found a really awesome Jurassic Park one with a dinosaur like breathing fire or something, but I couldn't use 8 of it. Our opponent chooses to not shuffle. So their Ponder looked good to them. They have 2 in the graveyard for a Terror. Find another Snuff Out. Go ahead and attack. It would be pretty funny if they were feeling like they needed to counter a Sneaky Snacker, because eventually we can just get it back easily. One of the things with Sneaky Snacker is when you draw your third card in a turn, you return it from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. That means, okay, they are going to counter. On our second main phase, we could just Deadly Dispute it and return them all back from the graveyard. They're pondering. I think they probably countered because they felt like they wanted to get cards in graveyard for their terrors, potentially, that are in hand. We're just chilling, bashing with the 2-1. They choose to not shuffle. They like their Ponder. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if they want to cast a terror here, it costs them all 3 of their mana, which means we could potentially find something to do. They're brainstorming. Terror is going to cost 5. And even if they like Thought Scour here, they do have to tap out to cast the terror, we can snuff out the terror and just keep attacking. Because we can pay the ward with the 2 mana that we have available. Sort of hoping I draw land at some point. Okay, they were trying to cast a terror here for 1 mana, but they obviously can't. 3, 4, 5. There's a terror. Okay, well, I'm just gonna just destroy your terror. So I have 3. I could go... I think the best thing to do is just kill the terror here. Just to get through the ward and everything. Pay the ward. Attack for 2. Oh, I guess I could have Toxin Analysis this. No, that wasn't really what I was going for. But Toxin Analysis can give me an additional artifact for the Refurbished Familiar. And our opponent's brainstorming. Plays a mental note to clear the brainstorm. They mill mental note and consider. 4 cards in hand. Looks like they're passing. Okay, holding open a counterspell. We have a Reckoner's Bargain here. Okay, let's attack. Reckoner's Bargain can get me back my other Sneaky Snacker, but I have to be able to resolve it, and with them having counterspell open, I can't resolve it very easily. I'm just going to cast the Refurbished Familiar here and see if they want to counter. We can use the Toxin Analysis combined with the Snackers to like just trade with their terrors. Looks like they're going to just let it resolve. What will they discard? I'm sure they've got plenty of fodder. They could discard a Deep Analysis. They discard a Spell Pierce. So it looks like they know what's up. I know what's up. Boomerang's my land. Fine. People be all boomeranging over here. Thought Scours themselves, milling a Serpent and a Thought Scour. Plays a Delver. No problem. 2 cards in hand. So now we have replay the Mistvault Bridge. Did I even snuff out the Delver? I should probably wait till their turn. Just attack. One cool thing with the Crypt Rats, like if you actually use the snuff out combo on it, you can gain a ton of life. They're taking it. Let's stop on their upkeep and see if the Delver flips. And if it does flip, we'll just go for the snuff out. So they could maybe counter. Then we get the counter out of their hand so we can Reckoner's Bargain. Let's see what happens. No flip. Okay. It either did not find a spell or they just chose not to flip it. They're going to cast a Lorien Reveal here. Okay, so I can kill the Delver, attack for 4, bargain the Snacker, and then have 6 power. Alright, so kill this. That way we're not taking any extra damage from it. Find a Gurmag, attack for 4. Then I will Reckoner's Bargain the Sneaky Snacker and bring them both back. Yo! Here they are. Alright, Snackers come back. A little bit of lag. So now, I don't have anything else I really need to do. I'm just going to divest them and see if they have any creatures. No creatures. And a bunch of counters, so looks like they're dead. I'll pass the turn. They have to have some way to interact. All they have is counters and Thought Scour effects. Yeah. Pretty strong showing to start the league. They mill a Boomerang and an Island with a Thought Scour. I think they're going to Mental Note here again, milling Lorien Revealed Counterspell. So they have Counterspell and Spell Pierce in hand, and they scoop it up. So we could bring in the Spell Bombs, take them off of their stuff. Chainer's Edict maybe be pretty good. Not sure if we really need the Gurmags. So how good is Divest? Divest probably not very good either. We could bring in all the Duresses. And then I really like this Crypt Rats Toxin Analysis versus this go big deck where they're playing huge creatures. I think Cast Down is probably weak into a Terror, so I'm going to cut that. So we have 4 Snuff Outs, 3 Cast Downs, Toxin Analysis, Crypt Rats, got a bunch of Duresses and Spell Bombs. I mean, it feels good. Maybe that's not right, but it feels good. Maybe Thorn of the Black Rose could get cut, but if we're being the removal spell deck, then it's fine. I guess we're sort of upgrading with the Chainer's Edict, upgrading the Cast Down. Okay, we have a pretty sweet hand here. We could turn 1 Spellbomb or Blood Fountain. I think it depends on what our opponent's going to do. They mulligan to 6. We know they're a Boomerang deck. If we turn 1 Blood Fountain, then we can turn to Bridge and Refurbished Familiar, but I don't really want to play into a Spell Pierce. So if they lead on Open Island Pass, then I have to just play my tap land and go. They are passing. Let's play this Mist Vault Bridge and pass the turn. They're gonna brainstorm. So I guess I go Blood Fountain first, and then it's like I could definitely resolve the Nile Spellbomb, and then that's gonna stop them from being able to get into their situation in their terrors online. And then if the Blood Fountain does resolve, then we can play the Refurbished Familiar. Definitely don't feel like I want to play the Aqueduct into a bounce land deck. We have a Duress. I don't know if that's that good. Let's just try Swamp, play the Blood Fountain. They'd have to use a Spell Pierce here, or a Counterspell. If they want to use Counterspell, it's fine. Use a Spell Pierce. Not going to pay. We'll play the Nile Spellbomb. So that was sort of a bait spell, I guess. The next turn, we can start with Duress, try to get the Boomerang out of their hand, and then play the Aqueduct. See if they have a second Spell Pierce here. They don't. So it would stink if they were able to get to the point where they could cast a Terror next turn, because I'd have to use the Spell Bomb. They Thought Scour. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4. I think I'm going to let them untap. If they have a land and a Terror, that's okay, I think. Clarion Terror. Okay. Play this Refurbished Familiar. They discard an island. So do I want to just Spellbomb them? I want to be able to get my other Familiar in play. I guess I should Spellbomb them. Okay, pass the turn. No, I can't pay. I wanted to pay, but I didn't draw an untapped land. Okay, so they've got a 5/5, and we've got a 2/1 flyer. If they Boomerang my land, I'll be sad. But then I can go land Refurbished Familiar. If they don't Boomerang my land, I have Duress into Refurbished Familiar, which will probably strip their hand. They get in for 5. I'm going to take it this turn. We do have Reckoner's Bargain to gain some more life. Finding a Nile Spellbomb. Let's tap this and cast Duress, in case they want to Boomerang this in response to the Duress. Cycle Alluring Revealed. Okay. They've got a Terror and an Island in hand. The Duress doesn't take anything. So we can play the Nile Spellbomb, play land, play another Refurbished Familiar. They're probably going to discard the island. Yep, they do. Okay, so let's attack with the Refurbished. Maybe next turn we can just Reckoner's block with the Refurbished Familiar and then Reckoner's Bargain. And also just cycle the Spellbomb on their end step. If I find like Toxin Analysis, I'll feel pretty good about myself. They Ponder. Kind of stinks not to have the Blood Fountain here. And I didn't even use the Spellbomb that well. Maybe I shouldn't have done that bait. Play a Delver. So they have Terror in hand. Okay, I think I'm going to cycle the Spellbomb. Get in for 5. Let's just Spellbomb you and draw a card. Most likely their Delver is going to flip next turn off the Ponder. So, let's see what we need to do. If I find Toxin Analysis, I can just kill everything. Still have Terror in hand. Maybe I play the Crypt Rats and then just bargain my Familiar. Oh, I found the Toxin Analysis. Okay, so let's play the Crypt Rats. Kind of sick. Play the Rats out. Let's stop on their upkeep. Then I kind of need to see... I guess I just attack. Because I'm planning on probably wiping the table. But I really want to be able to bargain these, so I guess I'll have a blue left over. I'm stopping on their upkeep to see if they show me what they're going to draw. Okay, let's see. Does it flip? If it's a counter spell, they don't flip it. Interesting. Okay, so I guess I'm taking... Interesting. So why... 2 cards in hand. They're going to attack for 6. Okay. We'll take 6. Go to 4. My turn. I'm going to try this Toxin Analysis on the Crypt Rats here. Oh, it resolves. It resolves. Okay, so now we can just attack for 5. And you'll go to 9. And then I guess I want to like practice for 2 and then bargain. Or I could just crack it for 2 and then play a Sneaky Snacker, which is probably just as good because I can bargain the Sneaky Snacker later. I'll do that. Crack this. X is 2. So because of X being 2, we are going to gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 life. And go to 13. Let's see. Everything's dead. Sweet. Knacker. Oh, I forgot it deals damage to players too, so we gained life from that. They play a Delver. That was fun. Okay, I'm going to attack you for 2. And then use my Reckoner's Bargain on the Sneaky Snacker. You'll go to 5, and then hopefully you didn't draw a counterspell. They might have done that. Let's bargain this. Yeah, it resolved. Let's go. Snacker comes back. So I guess I just bog you. Pretty funny to play this silly Lord of the Rings bog. Okay. No graveyard for you. And now I can crack the clue or kill the Delver. And I think I'm just going to let them go to their upkeep and see if the Delver is going to flip. And if the Delver does flip, I'll just use my cast down. They reveal a Thought Scour. We're going to kill the Delver and pass the turn. Well, yield through the rest of the turn. They don't have a Spell Pierce in response. They're going to Thought Scour themselves, milling Cryptic Serpent and an Island. Flaring Terror. Maybe 2 terrors still in hand. I think just 1 though. Okay, we take our turn. We have a Deadly Dispute. We can just Deadly Dispute the Sneaky Snacker. This just so much value. It's crazy. Get in for 2. You're going to go to 3. Okay, and now post-combat, Deadly Dispute the Sneaky Snacker. Okay. We actually found a Crypt Rats. 1, 2, 3. We can't kill them this turn. Play this bridge. Play the Crypt Rats. Next turn, they're dead to the rats. I mean, I don't think they have a counterspell in hand because they didn't counterspell the Deadly Dispute. And we win! 1-0. Let's go to round 2. All right, round 2. We are on the play versus Curiosity Cat. 1 land. We cannot keep a 1-lander. We've got some removal spells and a Crypt Rats. This hand looks pretty bad, but got some lands, I guess, and removal. I mean, we'll have stuff to do for a few turns. I'll play my bridge and pass the turn. Our opponent plays a Windscarred Crag, so they are on a Boros deck. We find a Reckoner's Bargain. Let's play another tap land. They play a Great Furnace and a Seeker of the Way. Okay. So we want to just kill that. Find a Crypt Rats. I'll just kill that right now. Pass the turn. Reckoner's Bargain is good here, but we need something to hit with it. So maybe we can just bargain away the Crypt Rats. They play Glinthawk picking up their land. Okay, that is not a sign of strength. So maybe we want to play the Crypt Rats out and then see if they want to bolt the Crypt Rats. Oh, they had another land in. Why did they do that? Alvis Inspector. Okay. Well, now I just want to play the bridge and then I guess I play the Crypt Rats and then they bolt it. And then next turn I go. I think I'm just going to pass. This allows me to go Crypt Rats, wipe the board. All in 1 turn. It would be better if I had 7 mana because I could go Crypt Rats, wipe, bargain. Find another bargain. Let's play the rats. We'll see if they want to just kill it and I can bargain the rats maybe, but that doesn't feel that good. Use a Galvanic. I think I'm going to blow the board up. Okay. So that was pretty good because I was going to kill their board anyway, and we also got a removal spell out of their hand. So now I'm looking for a Refurbished Familiar that I can cast and then bargain. Or Sneaky Snacker would be very, very good. They cracked a clue on end step. They abraded bluffs me. Another Vault of Whispers. I mean, at this point, I'm ready to just bargain away this vault because I've got lots of lands. Find another bargain and a Snuff Out. I'll play my land and I guess pass the turn. Here I can hard cast a Snuff Out. Play Boros Garrison. They're going to pick up the abraded bluffs. So we're looking at being at 13. I'll take the draw. Find a Bajuka Bog. Okay, I will once again blow up my land and draw 2 cards. Find a Blood Fountain. At least I can play that and have another thing to Reckoner's Bargain. We've got a bunch of cast downs now. So, point this at you, pass the turn. Still just stuck at 5 mana because I was blowing up my lands to draw cards. They play a Thraben Inspector. So, here if they play a Core Skyfisher, I can easily just cast this down. They draw a card. Plays a Glinthawk. That's pretty aggressive still. Okay, they have to pick up one of their lands again. We do have the Crypt Rats, so maybe I don't want to use the cast down. Okay, let's try to draw into the toxin analysis. I'm gonna bargain away the blood token. There's a refurbished familiar. Down the toxin analysis. Okay, sweet. So I'll go land, play the Crypt Rats again. And then I kind of need to have them tap their red mana because I can't really just toxin them. I guess I can play this refurbished familiar. Then maybe they'll do something. It'd be nice to just blood fountain that back too later, so I should definitely have gotten that on the table. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's see what they do. They play the bluffs. We go to 13. They're swinging in. Now they decide not to. That makes sense because the refurb can block here. Play my sneaky snacker. Then I guess I'm just going to attack with this refurbished familiar. We can block with the snacker, but I am looking for a position to just go the toxin analysis route. Okay, they pay 2 mana for a Lembas. Now they can start picking up their Lembas and putting it back down. Hopefully they tap out. See how they scry. They go bottom. Plays a Glinhawk. Okay. So they're going to pick up the Lembas again and cast the Lembas. Okay. Play another creature. They're not doing it. I don't know how I can get them to tap out at this point. Play another refurbished familiar. They discard another mountain. I guess I just swing. They go to 15. Our flyers are going to block their flyers and we can blood fountain everything back. Are they going to do something on end step? Come on. No. Okay, they play Windscarred Crag going to 16. No attacks. Just going to keep pecking away with my refurbished familiars. We have a swamp. 1 coming in. I guess I can use my snuff out and cast down, just kill their flyers and then attack for 6. Maybe that's even better. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kill this. Then we'll untap. Find another cast down. Kill this one. Now the pressure's on. Okay. We'll attack them for 6. I think they're going to be dead soon. Maybe I could have cast down the Thraben Inspector and still attacked for 7 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could have just killed them. Okay, I didn't think that through. We're getting Glinhawk again. Okay. They'll pick up their Lembas again. Lembas enters the battlefield. They are scrying top. They have 3, 4, 5 mana available. Okay. They're going to get in for 1. Pretty aggressive. So if I'm not careful, I could potentially get to the point where we tie, like with Crypt Rats killing us both if they have burn spells in their hand. Snuff out. So let's attack. I guess what we can do is just activate. No, they can Lembas. We can activate the rats for 4, and then they Lembas in response. Or we just go put rats for 1 on the stack, see what they do. They probably should crack the Lembas right now. I guess what I can do is try to toxin analysis the Crypt Rats because that will maybe eat one of their removal spells that won't go face and won't tie the game. We'll try the toxin analysis. They are going to allow it. Okay, so I'll activate this for 1. And it doesn't deal damage until it resolves, so they have to crack the Lembas in response. Then we can just deal 1 again. They're going to crack the Lembas in response. So we'll crack it for 1. They're going to lightning bolt the Crypt Rats. That doesn't actually do anything. Unless they have some other way of dealing damage. I think I'm going to just activate it for 4 now. And then deal a ton of damage to everybody. Pretty sweet. Although maybe I could have gone just 1 if they have another lightning bolt. I don't know if what happens here. Like what if the creature's dead? They galvanic me. Okay. I knew this was going to be a problem. So if we go to if they galvanic again, we win, I think. Lightning bolt. Okay, we win. Because of lifelink, we get the life back. Boom. We go to 29. Got him. That was a lot of intricacies there for sure. Okay, so Arms of Hadar looks pretty good. I don't know if Gurmag is necessary, but it seems like a big old Gurmag could be pretty good. Divest against the creature-based deck. I like that. So we could just bring in the Arms of Hadar and just cut a couple of cast downs. If they're a burn-based deck, do I want the cast downs over the snuff outs though? I have to think that through. Maybe we just don't need so many divest. Although if I divest, I can take their synthesizer or their artifacts, so that's actually pretty sweet. I'm gonna go 3 and 3 here, and then submit. Okay, let's keep this hand. We have a turn 2 refurbished familiar, turn 3 refurbished familiar. Opponent plays a mountain. I guess we do have to be worried about Gorilla Shaman, but I'm gonna play right into it and see what happens. I play an Ancient Den, goes for a Lembus, a Scribe bottom, 5 cards in hand. And now you have 4 cards in hand. We draw a Thorn in the Black Rose, so we probably want to play the Barrow Downs into the Refurbished Familiar. They discard a Galvanic, plays a Windscarred Crag, probably going to play a Skyfisher or something. I play a Seeker of the Way. I draw a removal spell. No. Okay, let's go Refurbished Familiar. And then I guess let's play the Barrow Downs because it's a tap land. We don't have the Snuff Out in hand right now, but this does show that we don't have Snuff Out, although I would have snuffed this already. Let's attack for 2. So if they go like Hawk, pick up Lembus, replay Lembus, make this a 3/3, then I can just block and Toxin Analysis and then kill the Seeker of the Way. They have a Journey to Nowhere. Okay. Now their Seeker of the Way becomes a 3/3. And they clear our blocker, getting in for 3. A little bit of 17. They're at 22. Plays a Glinhawk. So, and they pick up the Lembus. Don't really have anything going on. I'm going to play the Mistvault Bridge and pass the turn. I think I'm going to block the Seeker of the Way, and then they're using a Revoke Existence. We will Reckoner's Bargain. Finding a Snacker, but we can't use it. A Galvanic Blast my creature. So now we're in a bad spot. I guess I needed more point removal. Can I find the Crypt Rats? They still have Lembus in hand. Uh-oh. Bad news. I guess I probably have to go Toxin Analysis on their creature and then draw a card. Maybe that's not great. Plays another Lembus. I don't know why you didn't do that pre-combat. I'll just do this. Draw a card. Draw a Vault of Whispers. I think we're going to die here. So not being able to cast the Sneaky Snacker here is very bad. They play a Kabira Crossroads. Yeah, let's go to the next game. That was close. I think I really need that combo. I want the Snuff Outs. Cast downs. Just cut on the Divest. Maybe just bring in the Chainer's Edict too. Just like murder everything. Okay. We're on the play. We don't have any lands here, just the one. Once again, I'm going to mulligan. Things are going pretty good. Okay, this looks quite good, right? Let's keep. You can get rid of 2 rats here. They're sort of slow, but being on the bottom isn't good because we don't have any shuffle effects. That's the turn. And they've shown us Revoke Existence, but we will get to get the Snacker in play. Do a Divest. I think I'm just playing the Snacker. Look, I really need some card draw here. Snacker in play is good for that, but I don't know. Plays a Great Furnace here. And Journey to Nowhere on the Sneaky Snacker. Yeah, that works. That works. Gets rid of it forever. My 1 of Duress right now. Or Divest. Let's see what's in your hand. We'll get rid of your Synthesizer. Play the Swamp and pass the turn. They've got Inspector, Bolt, Frag. 1 unknown right now. I don't think I need to cast down the Inspector. Go Swamp Pass. I'm going to yield until next end step and just see what they do. They crack the Clue. Plays a Mountain. Kills my land. Couldn't do anything about that. It's in for 1. So they've got all these 3 cards that we know of. Not good. I mean, we can just cast down the Novice Inspector, I guess. Gain some life. Alright, I guess kill your thing. I have another one, though. Here's a Thraben Inspector. Or Skyfisher. Picks up the Thraben Inspector. Let's give this thing lifelink. Draw a card. Kill the Skyfisher. Pass the turn. Just hanging out on 3 lands. Feel like maybe the Divest could be well springs, and then you could draw cards faster. I don't know. They're Thraben Inspectoring. No! Going super wide here. We find a Vault of Whispers. And pass, I guess. They crack a clue on their turn. They have 2 bolts in hand. I'll kill one of your creatures. They'll put us to 14. Another Novice Inspector. Alrighty. Okay. Clear your creatures. Pass the turn. You need card draw. That would have been a good moment to have a follow-up Thorn of the Black Rose. Our opponent plays an Ancient Den. Cracks another clue. Barbed Batterfist. So that is a creature that they can use. They can also use it as a thing to pick up and put down. Alright. We're pretty dead. They've got a Rebel token, another Barbed Batterfist coming up. Okay, I guess I arms you again. Boink. We're not doing anything. We're just top decking, and this toxin analysis is not helping. So maybe I toxin their thing and then draw some cards. Here comes the Barbed Batterfist again. Find a Mist Vault Bridge. I'm gonna try toxin into a card draw. Draw a card. Find a Deadly Dispute. That's not nothing. So we've wasted a bunch of our life gain already. And it looks like they're going to cast into the fire or something. They're just going to go bolt, bolt, bolt. Okay. Bolt, bolt, bolt. Nice. We're at 5. Can they bolt me? Will I be dead? You have another bolt. Let me out of my misery here. Gets in for 3. They've got the Galvanic. All right. GG. We'll see you in round 3. Round 3 versus Nemo the Great. We are missing a second land. Once again. Okay, so I'm going to keep this one. And then I'm going to, let's see, we'll put back Snuff Out Toxin. And then we're hoping to be able to find something else that I can Deadly Dispute stuff. I have to keep this one laner. It's got a lot of potential. Our opponent's on Mountain. Blood Fountain, that gives us 2 artifacts. So 1 other land we can cast Refurbished Familiar and or Deadly Dispute stuff. They play a Synthesizer into a Mountain. We don't know if they're just burn yet. Looks like they're just burn. Goblin Blast Runner. Find a Snuff Out. Okay, I have to kill that thing. That is not how you like to play the game, though. It deals us 4 damage instead of almost infinite amounts. They Kuldotha Rebirth. Yikes. Finds a Chain Lightning. I think we're going to die to just not having lands again. Maybe that's a problem with the mana base. Maybe that should be more lands in general. A lot of times I think that decks get a little greedy. We play Mist Vault Bridge into a Refurbished Familiar, so that's pretty good. And then I kind of don't want to block because I would like to Reckoner's Bargain it, but it looks like they're going to bolt my Refurbished Familiar. No, they're working on their discard. They discard a Bushwhacker. Oh no. Means they got another Bushwhacker. Oh, they just attack for 3. Interesting. And then what? Goblin Grenade into Goblin Grenade. Well done. Okay. We are dead. So now, get rid of all these things. We're going to bring in the Sweepers, Campfire, and then cut the Snuff Outs. Okay. I mean, Thorn of the Black Rose is not looking great, but can do something. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, I think there's a lot of power here. 18 lands is very, very, very few lands. It needs to be at least like 20. And then we need, I think Divest is really good against Affinity maybe, but I think like just having the Wellspring package to have more things to Deadly Dispute. Maybe 4 Blood Fountains. So far, so good. Okay, we have I don't know, let's keep this. Play this Vault of Whispers first. We find another artifact land, we could play the Refurbished. If we don't, we can either like Toxin Analysis them. Okay, let's Toxin Analysis that and then Deadly Dispute the Toxin Analysis. Actually, we can play the Refurbished this turn. Okay. Play Refurbished Familiar. Make you discard. The one thing I just basically learned here was that you can Toxin Analysis your opponent's creatures so that you have something to Deadly Dispute. That makes sense. Sort of waste a clue, I guess. They discard a Mountain. Another Blast Runner into a Tomb Raider. Okay, I will trade with the Tomb Raider, I guess. Hard to say. Yeah, I'll trade with the Tomb Raider here. I'm gonna cast down. I still think I need to deadly dispute the clue, trying to find more lands. Found a land, so now I can kill this one. Well, let's play the Snacker. That gives me a potential blocker. The next turn I can deadly dispute the Snacker and then get mine back plus the Snacker. Plays a Synthesizer, finds a mountain. What do you got? So if I knew I was going to have the Snacker here, maybe I should have blocked on the Blast Runner already, because that way this could block on the other creature. Find a Refurbished Familiar. I will play it. They discard a mountain. Kind of expecting them to crack the Synthesizer. Oh man, with a Kuldotha Rebirth. Yikes. Finds another Kuldotha. Into Epicure, into Kuldotha Rebirth. So how do we win? We don't have a chance here. They have so many creatures. Okay, I think we have to... Like, what do we do? Walk? I need the Suffocating Fumes off the top or an Arms of Hadar, but I don't have a way to get that. I can get my Snacker back by deadly disputing my own land. And then if I draw into the Suffocating Fumes, I'm okay, I guess. Bring the Snacker back. Play a land. Go ahead and try to kill this thing. This is still 7 damage. The only way I can get there is if I draw the Arms of Hadar and they don't have a Bushwhacker. Tomb Raider, so that's 9 damage into a Bushwhacker. GG. Wrecked. Let's go to round 4. Our deck is full of action. We're on round 4. We have lands this time. I'll keep it. Got Divest into, who knows? Swamp for the opponent into Blood Fountain. So let's see what they're up to. Divest? Question mark? They are on Jund Wildfire. Okay, so it's a good deck for us probably. We've got Snuff Outs. Turn I'm going to Blood Fountain. They play their Mountain and the Chromatic Star. They do have Tamiyo's Safekeeping in hand. Play this Blood Fountain and play a tap land. Okay. Plays a Forest. Nothing good for them to Wildfire here. It'd be nice if they Wildfired my bridge. They crack for green. So now they cannot use the Safekeeping. They're going to discard a card, discarding a Forest. Play an Ichor Wellspring. Find Toxin Analysis. Let's start with Deadly Dispute the Blood token. Crypt Rats is good. Play the Vault of Whispers and pass the turn. Then I can play the Crypt Rats, and then it should be kinda easy. So they have to tap the Forest and tap off of Safekeeping here. Plays the Brood Scale. Just kill it. You are dead. Nice. Let's play Swamp. Play the Crypt Rats. They can Blood Fountain back the Brood Scale, but then we can Toxin Analysis, wipe the board into a Reckoner's Bargain. Okay, another Brood Scale. Yep. Sadistic Glee. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna do this Toxin Analysis thing now then. Toxin Analysis. And then we'll just go kill your thing. I mean, it didn't really matter. So they lost 1 Glee and 2 Brood Scales. They can get the Brood Scales back with the Blood Fountain. They've got Safekeeping to try to get through. Play my tap land, Blood Fountain back the Rats. Pass the turn. Then we'll play the Rats again, and then see what happens. They get back their Brood Scales with the Blood Fountain, it looks like. Okay. Sure. We'll play Crypt Rats and pass. They have 6 cards in hand. We know 4 of them. They Wildfire their bridge. Pretty nice. They finally found the bridge to get their ramping on. You can draw a card at end step with a clue. Just a swamp. Alright. Now we're flooding, which is kind of crazy. Like, in this 18 land deck, we're flooding. Wonder if I should Reckoner's Bargain the land. I guess I'll wait for them to do something. Here's a Brood Scale. Okay. They've got the Sadistic Glee. So what I'm going to do is crack the Rats for 2. I assume they're going to Safekeeping a response. Let's find out. Okay, they cast Tamiyo's Safekeeping. And now I'm going to Toxin Analysis this thing. And then I will just get a bunch of life by cracking this for 2 again. Putting that on a stack. holding control so I don't accidentally lose my creature. I definitely still want to Reckoner's Bargain it. Reckoner's Bargain. And we found a Snuff Out too. Wow. Okay. So your creature's dead. We gain some life. We gain life again. Nice. Found the Snacker and the Reckoner's Bargain together. I like it. So I'm just going to do that right away. Try and get some more cards. Snacker comes back. We have another Snacker. I think we can seal the deal here. Play land. Pass the turn. So safekeeping is gone. The only thing, they have two unknowns now. They have the Brood Scale in hand. So Brood Scale plus whatever else. Okay, it was a landscape. They cycle. It's hard to beat a removal pile as long as I'm continuing to churn through cards. We crack the clue. Find a Gurmag. Snacker and a Gurmag. Okay. Should be it. Play a land. Play the Gurmag. Just get rid of anything that's not a creature. We have a 5/5. And we'll attack for 4. Hiya! So they're at 10. Next turn we have 11 damage. Currently at 30 life. They play a Chromatic Star. And crack it for green. Okay. Plays the Brood Scale. Sure. So we're going to try to snuff out it on end step. Another Glee, wow. I have a response. Bam. I could have hardcast it, but I decided that I wanted to try to kill it. Okay, so they are going to adapt it, which gives them another blocker. So they won't be dead, unless I find a removal spell. They play a land out, they have 0 cards in hand. We essentially have 0 cards in hand as well. But we found the Crypt Rats, so they're dead. Okay. Back with everything. They get to block. We could have done it in a myriad of ways. But it's more fun to do it this way. Crypt Rats. Activate the Crypt Rats. For too much. They scoop while I'm activating. I like it. Good times. Alright, so divest and duress. Or duress. Duress, divest. So the Rat's Toxin is seriously good here. If we can get rid of their creature, this gets rid of their creature and or their land, but not their Glee. I think it's fine. I think maybe we could like play this deck without the Angler and then just be very, very, very heavily on like card draw, Snacker, Refurbish Familiar, and Crypt Rats, and then just close out the game with Thorn, or just get rid of Thorn entirely. Let's divest you. They had played a Draw Forge Bridge on turn 1. They've had the Glee, Weather. Interesting, they brought Weather Storm in. Cleansing Wildfire. Get rid of the Ichor Wellspring. So we are trying to get to the point where we get this Thorn and the Black Rose on the table. Well, Wildfire is going to put them to 3 lands. Snacker, okay. Pass the turn. Play Slagwood Bridge. They Malevolent Rumble. Revealing Bridge, Rumble, Bridge, and a Chromatic Star. This can't be picked up. They choose the Star. Okay. I think I'm going to Toxin Analysis this spawn so that I can draw a card. Okay, let's draw a card. All right, cool. Mistvault Bridge, pass the turn. So that play allowed me to get just slightly further. We know 4 of the cards in their hand. They duress. So I think this is their hand. Could be wrong. Probably take the Snuff Out. They take the Snuff Out. 3 mana. Plays an Evolution Witness. So they can use the Witness's ability here. Get back a Wellspring or something. Let's play Sneaky Snacker. And then plan on blocking the Witness. I really want to cast down the Witness, but I'm afraid that they're going to be able to get something good back. They use the Witness, so we'll cast down a response. And they have to use the mana to use the Witness again. Getting back, I guess, the Wellspring here. But then the Witness will die. And we can cast the Thorn of the Black Rose. Okay, they get back the Wellspring. That makes sense. I think the Force is probably gone. Plays the Wellspring. Alright, I'm playing the Thorn. They stop me. Attack. Concerned about being shields down here, but we need to draw lots of cards. Find Reckoner's Bargain. They Deadly Dispute their Wellspring, trying to draw into their combo. They've got 4 mana, so they can't currently win from hand. They find the Brood Scale, and they are going to Glee it up. So if I Deadly Dispute the Snacker, then they can then go off and make an infinitely sized Brood Scale. That's kind of a complicated problem. And a Blood Fountain, so I can go Fountain, and then Deadly Dispute the Fountain. Not the Fountain, but the token. So I have a decent amount of draws. Finding a Snacker. I'll go play the land. Already drew our cards for turn. Can Reckoner's Bargain this, and then I can draw into Cast Down or Snuff Out. Find a Divest. Okay, unfortunately, we have to go to the end step, I think. No attacks. All right, we didn't get there, so I'll pass. Even if they make a massively sized Brood Scale, we do have Toxin Analysis to block, and they win. Interestingly, they played the Landscape out. I'm just going to yield until blocks and see what happens. We do have a Death Toucher with the Thorn of the Black Rose already. Plays an Ichor Wellspring. Making some mana. Maybe Duress is better than Divest since we have all the ways to kill their creature. We need to get rid of their, like, our drawn stuff. Plays a Chrysalis. It's fine, I think. Another Brood Scale. Sadistically on the other Brood Scale. Okay. No attacks. Okay, my turn. Got a bunch of creatures too. So I can play Snacker and Angler and Divest. Let's see what's in their hand. Glee Weather. So they're gonna have 4 attackers. Okay. Play the Snacker. No rats. Play the Gurmag. Then I'm gonna get rid of stuff in my graveyard to play it for 1 mana. Oops. And then I have Glee in hand. Unfortunate. I guess I can play the Swamp in case I draw into a removal spell again. Did not. We're gonna lose. I guess we just try to kill their Gleed up creatures. The Deadly Dispute. Deadly Disputes again. I'm just gonna yield until blocks again. Lots of triggers happening. Divest would have been a lot better as a Duress, but they top decked that Deadly Dispute and they just went crazy drawing cards. Chromatic Star. I can't believe how many cards we've drawn and have only found 1 removal spell. It was like just the Snuff Out, right? Snuff Out and Cast Down. I had to kill their Witness. When it Weather the Storms. Yeah, that doesn't really matter. They're going to attack with everything, so we'll go Snacker here, Thorn here, and Snacker here. And then Toxin Analysis this Snacker. That will kill both their Brood Scales. The next turn, we actually can get the Snackers back, but they're not going to be able to block for a while. They get a ton of creatures. Ridiculous amounts of creatures. Okay, they're out of Brood Scales at the moment. Find another Snacker. Let's draw off the clue. And then the end step will bring my stuff back. Play the bridge. I'll yield until the next end step. And then we will draw. See what we find. Toxin Analysis again. Okay. We really need a rats. Alright. Got a bunch of Snackers on the table. Oh man. This is wild. They cracked the Landscape. I feel like they could have presented lethal by gleeing up one of their creatures and then getting in. They're going to Chrysalis. Okay, I will block with my Snacker and then Toxin the Snacker. The Chrysalis is going to die. My turn. We have a Divest. Guess I try that. Not doing very much here with the Divest. We have Thorn in the graveyard. Crack the clue. Another Gurmag. Play the bridge. Play the Gurmag. And we'll get rid of the non-creatures. Okay, well, let's attack. Send. Yeah, I'm just going to send in the team. See if they want to just chump with a spawn. They don't. Okay, I draw for end step. We get back the Snacker. We have a Refurbished Familiar, which is great. Really looking for a Crypt Rats. They can put a Glee on the spawn and then make it huge. Okay, we can Refurbish Familiar. See what they want to discard. I think they have all these cards in hand still. This card's a Glee. Okay, let's attack with everything. Here's the chumps. They're taking 6. Okay. We're gonna Reckoner's Bargain, sacrificing. We could sacrifice the Familiar and then get back Thorn Familiar. Also gains me some life. And Blood Fountain, get back Thorn and Refurbished. Play the Refurbished Familiar again. Let's see if they discard another Sadistic Glee. They discarded Weather. Well, my option is to play the Snacker. I think I don't because I could draw a Cast Down. Draw a Swamp anyway. Okay. This Thorn has been really, 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 really helpful. Oh man, they found a draw spell, the Deadly Dispute. Did not do anything there after Deadly Disputing. Okay, so we have 8 in the air. Okay, once again, they have Brute Scale. They can make an infinitely sized Brute Scale again. We have Chump Blockers forever. And we have a Crypt Rats. So does that win? 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. I think it does win. We can't attack with the Gurmags because they will just get super chumped. These out of the hand. And we have to play around this Weather Storm. So let's try the Rats. They're currently at 7. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I can go Rats for 2. They adapt. Then I Rats for 2 again. And they adapt again. They can crack these in response too. So I guess maybe I just try to Rats them like on their upkeep. The problem is Weather Storm in hand. We can just like Rats in response to all these actions. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to Rats or crack that. Let's Rats in response for 2. This is a good idea. Maybe not. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8. Yeah, this is not great. I don't know how to force through here. So they're gonna have an infinitely sized creature. They have Weather Storm in hand. I think I just have to let this happen. Because they have so much mana, they can continuously just keep adapting it. And then if I Rats for too much, then all my creatures are dead and they can just swing in. Which I do not want to have happen. Looks like they don't have anything going on. They're going to attack. I will jump. They're going to make their creature at least a 6/6 just to eat the Gurmag. I guess it makes sense that they have Weather Storm now because it's kind of making it hard. Now they have a 7/7 Brute Scale. Okay, it's dead. They get another spawn. They're passing. What do you know about attacking for 8 in the air when you're at 7 life? Sting, let's try it. Okay. They play the Weather. They go to 10. So if they had safekeeping, it's +2 life. Let's try Rats for 4. It keeps my Gurmag alive. Safekeeping, that's fine. They're at 4 life. I'm glad that I played around that. That was a pretty nice call. And then they're going to Weather. That doesn't work because now I can just Rats for 1 million. GG. Tough games. Wow. Okay, let's go to round 5. Okay, we would like to play first. And unfortunately, 1 lander again. Is it good enough if we kept? I don't think so. Got some lands. There we go. There we go. Let's keep. I'm going to put back the Toxin and try to draw into some stuff. Let's go Vault of Whispers, Blood Fountain, kind of hide what we're up to. On Island. Okay, Swamp, yield until the next end step. I'm looking to Deadly Dispute my Blood token. This may be a mono blue terror again. They brainstorm. Immediately blood token gets Deadly Disputed, so we can get some card draw going. We can also cast this Sneaky Snacker. Snacker was really good in the previous games against mono blue. Opponent Thought Scours to clear the brainstorm on their upkeep. Filling Mental Note and Boomerang. Plays an island. So Snacker is going to be an easy thing to get on the table here. Then we can Deadly Dispute our Snacker and next turn play another one. So let's go to yield until next end step again, which will allow me to see if they want to tap this to do another Mental Note. Yep. We're going to Deadly Dispute. Snacker comes back. Snacker's so cool. And they mill 2 islands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Terror costs 2 right now. See if they can just dump 1 or 2 of them on the battlefield. They Lorien revealed, so now they can go double terror. Plays a Cryptic Serpent. Okay, we have an Aqueduct. Not very good. Play this Sneaky Snacker. I'll attack you for 2, and then bargain my Sneaky Snacker, get it back, and try to draw into some more cards. I'm sort of out of things to do. Okay, Bojuka Bog's good. Bog you. You're on 3 lands. Okay. They have a 6/5. Their clock is pretty good. We have just lands in hand. Here I was saying that there was not enough. They Thoughtscour themselves, rebuilding, milling a Terror, and Lorien Revealed. Now I want to Aqueduct the Barrow Downs and get a Bog again. That's going to be nice. Okay, play this. We'll pick up this. I wonder if I want to leave a blocker. There, I'll attack for 2 and then leave the other one to block. Okay, they Thoughtscour themselves. 2, 3, 4 in the graveyard. Seems like they don't have a Terror because they're not doing anything. They attack for 6. I will block. Okay, they boomerang my Aqueduct. Let's Barrow Downs. Get rid of your graveyard again. Now here I think I'm going to attack with the Snacker because I don't really want to block, or don't really want to get rid of it because next turn I want to play this Thorn of the Black Rose. And then I'll have 2 blockers. They will attack for 6. We'll go to 10. They're holding up Counterspell maybe? They're discarding the hand size. Find a Snacker. Let's try this Thorn. Counterspell for the opponent. No? Force Spike. Mean. Play the Aqueduct. Pick up the Barrow Downs again. And then no attacks. I'm going to chump. I think they discarded the Deep Analysis to hand size on purpose there. Okay, chump. We're at 10. We will bog you again. Surprised they didn't use their Deep Analysis. Try playing a Sneaky Snacker. We have 1, 2, 3 in the graveyard that we can use for the Angler. I don't really want to Angler here. They're brainstorming. I mean, our Snackers are providing good chumping value. Next turn we can get back Snacker Thorn. I don't know. They have 4 mana. Currently at 10. A block. Okay, we find another Blood Fountain. Start with the Blood Fountain here. Opponent decides Counterspell is correct. Okay. 2, 3, 4. 7 is 3 mana. They land. I'm gonna Blood Fountain back Thorn and a Snacker. And then play a Snacker. They Force Spike me again, I'll be sad. Classy. Okay, I am sad. Gets in for 6. That puts me to 4. Dead to an Artful Dodge. Any old stuff, really. Find a Snuff Out. And cast it. Play this. Attempt to cast the... I guess 1, 2, 3, 4. I can try to hard cast a Snuff Out. I'll try to cast this Thorn. They have a Counterspell. I'm not playing around another spell here, or Force Spike here. Not doing it. Pure Mag. The Counterspell. And then I will go to 0. GG. Okay, so we need the now Spell Bombs. Painters. Cutting on the Divest. Bring in a Duress. Submit. Okay, we would like to play first. And we have to mulligan. Okay, we can start playing Snackers on turn 2. Let's keep. Let's put back a Swamp. Play the bridge and pass the turn. Maybe I can tempo them. Let's see if they just Force Spike me into the ground again. I'm not going to play around it. Sneaky Snacker. Okay, they didn't have it. Good. Our opponent plays another island. Let's start with a Duress. Like they're going to Spell Pierce me. They Thoughtscour themselves. Milling Consider and an island. They Consider. So now we're looking to try to take a counterspell of some kind. They mill a Force Spike. We'll just take the Dispel here. Play the Sneaky Snacker and attack for 2. So we took the Dispel. They have 6 cards in hand. They revealed Island before? I'm not really sure. Valerian Terror. Another Terror. Find a Swamp so we can cast down this Terror. Paying the 2 mana. And I'm going to attack you for 4. So are they going to leave up the Counterspell? Attacks for 5. We're looking to find a point where they tap off of Counterspell and we snuff out their other Terror. They go Brainstorm looking for a land. And they find it. They found a land, they play another Terror. And another Terror. That's pretty nice. Okay, I will Kill this terror. Then pass. A mental note. Milling Boomerang, Deep Analysis. That's probably out of their hand now. I'm just going to block one of the terrors. We go to 6. Doesn't feel like I'm going to be able to get this Gurmag onto the battlefield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have Counterspell in hand. Yeah. I think they're going to tempo us into the ground here. They play a Delver. And another Delver. Okay. Guess I play the Gurmag. Pass. Then I guess I have to hope that they don't flip. I can kill the terror with my Gurmag. Looks like they have a Brainstorm. So this is, if they flip, this is GG. Because you can only block 2 creatures. At minimum, we block the 10 power, and then we take 6. All right, GG. We ended up 2 and 3. Not terrible. I think that 18 lands is a bit of a risk. I would probably put more lands into the deck and then maybe get rid of the divest and just have a more powerful, continuously drawing power engine. We did flood a couple of times. Maybe the 4 fountain is correct, and then you can just keep getting rid of the flood and then discarding the snackers and stuff. On the whole, I thought this was a really cool idea. I think I would probably get rid of these cards and then see where you go from there. Super fun to play. Thank you once again for the deck donation. I really appreciate it. And hopefully everybody stuck around. # still listening. We'll see you in the next video.